I'm Nico. Welcome to my channel. Today, I'm going to be doing an updated CD collection. I think this is my third one now, so that's fun. I like to do these probably every time I get around upwards of 20, mostly just so I can have, like a place to go back to see how many CDs I have, or if I don't want to look through them, I can just go to my channel and see them. You know what I mean? So, mostly because I'm lazy. So, that's what this is about. So, if you haven't seen my other videos, for every album, I will tell you my favorite song off of the album. Just because it's fun, you know? So, let's get started, shall we? So, first we have Awful. Hole's Awful. It's I believe it is a tour CD that you could get from their tour when they were on for the Celebrity Skin album. It only has like a couple live versions of the songs and some remixes of songs on Celebrity Skin. So that's cool. The next one I have is an EP that came out in 1995 called Ask For It. And it has some like live versions of songs that it has a few covers and a live version of a cover called Pale Blue Eyes by Lou Reed that she did, and some demos for Doll Parts and Violet. I'm not gonna show the cover because it's a bit triggering. So this is the back. It's I believe it's tile. And the front has two hands like this, and they're slit wrists. So I'm just not gonna show it, okay? Okay, cool. Oh, this is fun. So recently I've gotten into a new band that I really like, and I think they're really cool, called The Garden. And this is called Kiss My Super Bowl Ring, I believe. This is their most recent album. I think it's from 2020. I think they're really cool. They have a really cool sound. It's these twin brothers that are part of a band, and I think each of them has their own solo band or solo project, I believe. Haven't checked that out yet, but I do really enjoy a lot of the songs off of this album and this album called Ha Ha, I believe. And this is a long album, and I think it came out in 2017, I think. 2015. There's a lot of good songs I like on this album, so I got the CD because I like to buy things. Next, I got these from a thrift store in Omaha. This is, what's this called? Diamond Eyes by Deftones. Now, I recently got into the Deftones, and I really like their music. Not too recently, probably like a few months now, but I really love their music, so I got a bunch of their albums, and this is Diamond Eyes. I love Beauty School off of this album. Oh, I'm gonna backtrack. I forgot what I was doing. So off of this album, I really like the live cover or live version of Pretty on the Inside, which is from their first album. On this one, I love Drowned Soda, and the live version of Pale Blue Eyes I really like it. It's a bit weird, but I like it. I really like I really like this whole album, honestly. But if I had to pick a favorite, I guess it would be Sneaky Devil, I guess. And then off of Ha Ha. My favorite would be the title track. I don't know, I really like that song. It's really fun. It's cool. And then Beauty School off of this album is what actually got me interested in the Deftones in the first place. So that's really fun. That's really cool. So I love that song. Then next we have Around the Fur, which is, this is ridiculous. which is another Deftones album. I think this is a great album. It's like a probably from the 90s, I think, 93. So I don't know, doesn't say. But oh, 97. So I really like this album. My favorite song is probably Mascara. I like how it's kind of dark and scary sounding, and it makes me feel the feels and the vibes and all of that. Now we have, oh, what is this called? Adrenaline by the Deftones. Again, this is fun. I think this is their first album, if I'm not mistaken. And this is just a really great album. I love the song Nosebleed. Don't know why, just really do. Yeah, cool. Here's another Nirvana song. It's Live from the Muddy Banks of the Wishaka, I believe. This is the compilation album of like live songs that they also really, it's like it's the only other compilation album live compilation album that they have besides the Unplugged in New York one. So lots of fun. I really like, my favorite song is Heart-Shaped Box, but I think that the performance of Polly is very beautiful, especially like with how personal and like dark that song is and like the story behind it. It's I just think he performs it very well. Next we have, oh my god, Lana Del Rey, aka Lizzie Grant. This is an album that she released in 2010 under her original record label, and it was never really released anywhere. I got this, it's like a fan made thing off of Etsy that my brother bought me for Christmas. But I listened to the CD and it has all of the songs on it and really good recordings of it. So it is, a really cool purchase, and it was only $13. I think it's very worth the money. And I love this album in general. My favorite song is probably Raise Me Up. I don't know what. I really like the folky sort of rock feel of it, and it feels like you're like driving. When you listen to it, you feel like you're on a getaway car or something, I guess. I think that's cool. Next we have Fiona Apple's Fetch the Bolt Cutters. I love Fiona Apple. I only got into her probably a few years ago. But I am younger. But she released this album in 2020. I think she won a Grammy or a couple Grammys. And I just think this is a beautiful album. My favorite song is I Want You to Love Me, which is the first song. But I just really love it. And in the beginning, there's like this weird, like, I don't know how to describe it. It sounds like copyright free music that somebody put on like a kid's toy. But then there's this piano ballad sort of feel and it sounds like some of her other songs off of When the Pawn, and I love that album. So I just really love that song, and at the end she does this weird vocal thing that sounds like she didn't mean to do it, and then she kept doing it, and I just think that's funny. And it's great. So the next album is Last Splash by the Breeders. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't listened to this album yet. I got it from Goodwill. But like a while ago, my family and I went on a road trip, and we made a long playlist, and a few of these songs were on there, and I just saw it at Goodwill when I was there, and I was like, oh, I'll pick that up. So that's cool. I think Invisible Man is probably my favorite song. Okay, next we have Adele's 30. So, I love Adele. And I didn't expect... I'm so sorry. I didn't expect to really like this album because I didn't really like Easy on Me as much as I thought I was going to. I thought it was a very good song, but it felt more radio than I'm used to hearing from her. But after listening to the album, it really wasn't what I expected. And then it really grew on me a lot. And I have to say that My Little Love is probably my favorite song. But Oh My God and Hold On are just gorgeous songs. And I Drink Wine. Just gorgeous songs. And I think they're really great. That's it. Next we have Back to Black. Yep, by Amy Winehouse. I also adore Amy. She's, a legend, as they say. My favorite song is You Know I'm No Good. I didn't know this song existed. I, loved all of the, the hits, the Back to Black and Rehab and stuff like that. So I loved her voice for a long time, and then I found Valerie, like the live version of Valerie, and that was so good. And then, this album is just good anyways. So she really left us with beautiful music. Okay. Next we have Garbage. Self-titled. Garbage. I recently, like a lot of these things, I recently found this band, and I think it's really great, really cool. I think this is the 20th anniversary of this album. Well, that wouldn't make sense. I don't know. Whatever. This is a great album. I love it. It's got a lot of different songs on it, like a lot of demos and stuff like that on the B-sides. My favorite song is Queer. I love that song. Moving on. So this next artist is Conan Gray. I've listened to Conan Gray since he released this EP called Sunset Season. It's fallen out. And I actually watched his YouTube videos before he even started releasing music like this. And so it's been really, really cool to watch him grow so much. And I love Olivia Rodrigo, and I think their friendship is so adorable. So it's just really cool. And off of this album, I really like, Greek God, because it's like a fuck you song. And sometimes I like fuck you songs. Most of the time I like sad songs. But hey, we all kind of have to get out of our... Yeah. I don't know how to pronounce the title of this album, EP album, but this is Måneskin. I love this band. I adore this band. It's... Oh... My favorite song is Coraline. I think that's how you pronounce it. That song is so sad, but so raw and so emotional. And, wow, what's his name? It's not... Damiano's voice is so, angry, but soft and beautiful and just incredible. And I just adore all of the songs on this album, EP, and so I have it as a CD. The next is Miss Hayley Williams. That's me. Miss Hayley Williams's, sorry, right, Flowers for Vases slash Descansos, I believe. This is I believe this was released in 2020, maybe 2021, but I don't think so. This is just such a good, sad album. Every song is so solemn and horny. And it's just such a good album. My favorite song is probably Trigger or HYD, because which is, I think it's an acronym for How You Doing, whatever. I like that song because in the beginning, there's like, she starts singing the first part and it's her recording it, and then you hear a plane go over, and then she like says, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And it's just funny. And I just love that song because of that and because it's beautiful. Next we have Cigarettes After Sex's Cry. This came out in 2019. I think it's an album. Probably. I really like this album. I haven't spent much time on any of the other songs besides Cry because I love that song so much, and I just like listening to it when you really need to cry. So I love that song. Next we have probably my favorite artist almost ever, and this is Orville Peck. Orville Peck's Pony. This is such a good album, including, I have the record of it, and, well, oh my god, and this thing of it. So I have a lot of copies of it just because I love this album so dear. It's so near and dear to my heart. Orville is who got me back into country music, and I really appreciate him for that. And his voice is so gorgeous, and he's so attractive. Anyways, my favorite song is Nothing Fades Like the Light because it's so emotional and I relate. Next we have Fine Line by Harry Styles. So my best friend loves Harry Styles with her whole heart. So we listen to the album a lot. And it turns out I like a lot of the songs. And so I bought the album because I like the songs. My favorite probably being Lights Up or Falling, because I love a good sad song. Next we have Radiohead's The Bends. Yeah, great album, great songs. Probably High and Dry or Fake Plastic Trees are my favorite songs. Also Just, really good songs. Next we have Miss Florence and the Machine's Lungs. This is such a good album, and it's like from 2009, and I just feel like she never gets enough recognition for how good of an artist she is, for how great her voice is, or how good she is at writing songs, you know? And my sister liked a lot of these songs back in 2009 when I was 8 or something, I think. Oh, probably even younger. That was 12 years ago. Like 7 or 6. And so my sister listened to this album, probably only a couple of the songs, but a few years ago I discovered her again and started listening to this album, and I have my own favorites now. So my favorite songs are Drumming Song, You Got the Love, Rabbit Heart Girl, Kiss with a Fist, and Cosmic Love. Really good songs. Really great songs. Incredible artist. Next we have Evanescence's Fallen. Anyway, I love Evanescence, like every 2000s kid. You know, Bring Me to Life, Going Under, very, very famous songs, very famous album, very well-known album. You gotta love her, you gotta. Next, we have Red Hot Chili Peppers. By the Wind. Oh dear. By the way, I'm so sorry. If you couldn't tell, haven't spent the most time on this album. I got it from a resale store in somewhere in Omaha. And I asked my sister, and she said that it was a really good album and that there's a couple good songs, but I haven't listened to it yet. But when I do, I'll let you know. Sorry. Next we have Temple of the Dog. I think it's a self-titled album. Yeah, I think this is also the only album that Temple of the Dog released, because I don't know. But I love Chris Cornell. I love Soundgarden and Audioslave. I love all of the bands that he's in. I miss him a lot. And this is actually my sister's favorite group that he's part of. My favorite group that he's part of is Soundgarden. But, you know. But Hunger Strike, famous song, obviously incredible. And probably Call Me a Dog. Love those songs. Next we have Stone Temple Pilots. I believe this is called Purple. Haven't spent the most time on this album, but I do love it. I can't, off the top of my head, can't think of my favorite song, but do love this album. Another Stone Temple Pilots, Tiny Music. I know it's called something different. I don't know. Oh, songs from the Vacation Gift Shop, Tiny Music songs. Great. Again, haven't spent the most time on it, but I do love Stone Temple Pilots, and I will let you know when I get into these albums. Lastly, this, we have Art Pop by Lady Gaga, kind of a turn of some of the music that I've been showing just right before this. But, love Lady Gaga, love this album, feel like it's one of her most underrated. But what's really funny about this is that I got it from a resale store, and it has Do What You Want featuring He Who Shall Not Be Named, Voldemort. Sorry. So it's like an older version that isn't messed with. But what's funny about this is that it's actually a censored version of the album, which it's not the end of the world, but it's sort of like it stops playing because it's censoring some of the words, like drug paraphernalia, or harsh language, or just like stuff like that. So it sort of stops playing when it censors that, and it kind of takes you out when you're listening to it. But not the end of the world. Glad I have this. Oh, and my favorite song is Mary Jane Holland. That's a great song. All of Lady Gaga's songs that are named after like people names are the best. Besides Speechless. They're great songs. That's it for today. Have a great day. If you want, like and subscribe. Have a wonderful day.